Alright, we are back for round one, and we get to be on the play, which is pretty sweet. Alright, well, this doesn't have a blue source. I have a million blue sources in my deck, so we're going to keep it and hope for the best. And my opponent mulled the 4, or 5, I apologize. So, yeah. At the very least, I get to play Croconaw next turn, and hopefully follow it up with a Tower Drake. Yep, I'll be able to. I don't think there was any reason to play the island there. Not yet. Alright. Ooh, interesting. So I could play Cluestone and leave up Dramatic Rescue, and the next turn play Maze Behemoth? No, that's... I should have left up a Plains, though. That was a mistake. Guess I shouldn't S6. Try and represent Giant Growth. I doubt that it's going to matter, but I'll block. Sure. I mean, while that's mildly annoying, it's not a big deal. So here I'm just going to play the Cluestone, and actually I'm just going to pass. Oh no, I can attack for 2 and then just play the Denizen. Yeah, didn't realize that I would have 3 mana open. And the next turn we'll play the Maze Behemoth and hope that the gigantic 5/4 will be able to get there. It has been mugged. Well, somewhat disappointing. Not a big deal. Get to play this, beat in there for 2. Start sacking Cluestone soon. Fallen to 16. Oh no. Okay. Well, that's slightly surprising to me. So I can't play Knightly Valor and leave up Dramatic Rescue. I don't think that's really necessarily a problem. So we'll just see if a 4/5 can get there instead of a 5/4. So it looks like he's mostly red-white, splashing for at least ultimate price and maybe some other removal. On the upside, it looks like I probably won't have to worry about Grizzly Spectacle. Alright, so here we're just gonna crack the Cluestone. No, we're not. Let's see, if I crack the Cluestone... Oh yeah, I can still play the other Cluestone and have Dramatic Rescue mana up. Alright. So we still get to battle for 4. If he double blocks and has a trick, then I have the Dramatic Rescue. Like, if he tries Annihilating Fire here, I probably will. Yeah, I'm just gonna rescue it. Keeps him from gaining the life, keeps me from losing all of my creature. Basically traded most of Helix for Knightly Valor. Gorger is a very good draw. Alright, so let's go ahead and just play both of these. We'll probably just start. As tempting as it is to start milling him out, it's probably right just to return to the Denizen and start attacking. Yeah, and I'm not even actually going to show him Aetherling yet, if I can avoid it. Right now I don't need to. Yep, so we'll just replay the Denizen, play the land, and pass. Anything that makes me discard is going to make me discard this regardless of whether or not I have the land in hand. Well, that's not entirely true, because I could crack the Cluestone. That was a mistake. Apologize. Didn't quite think that through, so he is super aggressive. I really do want to bring in the other defensive guy over probably just Knightly Valor, to be honest. He has a bunch of removal, which makes Knightly Valor much worse. And we'll see how this goes. He also gets to be on the play, which, again, makes me want the extra 2-drop defensive creature. I can live with this. It's got a good 2-drop defensive guy, good 3-drop if I'm going to try and save the Manipulator for as long as I can. As long as I reasonably can. Though I may play it first over Beetleform Mage. So he'll definitely be able to ping me for 1 this turn, but I'm going to go ahead and run out the Guild Mage. Or Manipulator, apologize. Because if this even gets 1 counter on it, I'll likely be able to steal something. And that is good enough for me. And if he plays a giant creature, then I can always just play Give and steal it. Alright, so he's just got the Helix for it, which really doesn't bother me that much. So now I'm just going to run out... Ooh. Yeah, Beetleform Mage. Now I'm going to play the Denizen. Just in case this does turn into kind of a long, grindy game. Thankfully, I'm not very scared of that. So yeah, here I'll play Tower Drake. Next turn I'll play Beetleform Mage. In the hopes that in the subsequent turns maybe I can draw land, play Give on Tower Drake and pump this, hit him for 9 down to 15. That's kind of the plan. The reason I'm not playing Beetleform Mage early is because it takes mana to get through. I mean, I just can't attack with it. So I think that it's much better to use my mana developing the early plays. Here I'm just going to play the Phantom. Leave up Frildoculus and Phantom as a... Oh. Click too quickly. Should have attacked for 2 there. I don't know if it will actually matter, but it could. In which case I will be a sad panda. Okay. That's certainly a good card. He doesn't attack at all. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to actually get in there for 2 this time. Then I really do have to debate between playing Beetle Form Mage or Agoraphobia. I think given that there's an Agoraphobia in play, that I just want to... Or given that there's a 5-alarm fire in play, I think I just want to Agoraphobia... Probably the Armory Guard. And hope for the best. At the very least, it prevents it from doing combat damage. Wow. Alright, I did not expect that, actually. I guess he must have been struggling for playables. If he's main decking that. Alright, but it's definitely relevant here. I kind of hope that he attacks with everything, and I really hope that I draw a land. Drawing a land would be nice. So now at least, so he'll tap down the Frildoculus. Nope. And then we'll block here and here. Take 1, his fire will get 2 counters. Oh, 3, yeah, duh, it still gets the 3 counters, duh. And then we'll at least get to grasp something. Alright, that got mugged, which is annoying, but not that big of a deal. Alright, Druid Plains, that's a really good draw. And by that I mean, it probably still doesn't matter. So here I think we just grasp the Snare Squad, so that it leaves him with no good attacks. Yeah. Thankfully, we've already dealt with his main deck Wear Tear, so... So if he chooses to attack with both, then I will eat the Maka and just block the Armory Guard with Murmuring Phantom. And in retrospect, I should have attacked with Tower Drake. Pardon me. Alright, so here... I think we're just going to pump up the Tower Drake and start attacking. This does get turned on next turn, so 5 damage to creature or player. Which makes that a much less... potent play. So if I put it on the Oculus, he trades fire plus one of his guys for it. If I just play Beetle Form Mage... Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play Beetle Form Mage and see what he does. And I think I can get in there. Yeah. So I've missed out on a couple of attacks because it's clearly way too late at night. But I still feel like I'm in this game a reasonable amount. Alright. Doesn't attack. Okay. So I can't play Aetherling yet, but here I think I can actually just get in there for 2 and pass again, with the idea of flashing in the Hussar Patrol. Or I could give take and draw 3 cards before this gets turned on. Hopefully hit my next land drop for Aetherling. Huh. This is something that I don't know. So, alright, if I get in there for 2, puts him to 18, he attacks with everything. I play Hussar Patrol, what happens? He likely gives this the bonus, so I have to double block it if I want to kill it. But I can still activate either of my guys. Yeah, I think that's the best option, is just to play Hussar Patrol. He gets to turn on 5-alarm fire whenever he feels like it, which is kind of annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. Searching for that black mana. Yep. Alright, he's got quite the army. Ooh, that was a very good draw. Makes it a very, appealing target for 5-alarm fire. And if he does that, then potentially I can Aetherling and start getting in there. If he doesn't, then maybe I can put the +1/+1 counters on it. So let's get in there for 2. I realize this also leaves me unable to activate either of my guys, which makes his attack much better. Which may mean that it's a mistake, but I don't think so. I mean, he's going to have to likely throw away some guys in order to actually get in there. 4, 3, 6, 7. This will go up to 10, which means he can use it twice, which is not irrelevant. Two, 3. Okay, sure. So, yep, I definitely have to be careful about this. So I think what's going to happen is I think that this is an easy choice. And the rest of it, I really want to get as many of his creatures off the board as I possibly can. I think that the best way to do that something like this. Oops. So you can only pump this once. So let's do that. So this gets 2 creatures off the board. I take 6 going to 13. So I'm essentially at 3 life, which is not ideal. So yeah, I really have to draw some sort of removal this turn. Otherwise he can just... Oh, okay. Well, never mind. So he's not really going for the win. Unless he's assuming that that will be good enough. Nope, he's just killing dudes. Okay. Sure. I am perfectly fine with that. So he can turn it on one more time. So I don't really want to play Aetherling. I think my plan is just to Cluestone give onto Hussar Patrol. That makes it 7, 5, 7, which eats Crovad and potentially the fire. And then next turn I can play Aetherling with the mana up to use it. It's either that or I put it on this. 5, 4. Eats Crovad. This blocks this. Or this trades for Frostburn weird. This blocks this. I take 4, go to 9. That actually seems better. Because otherwise this does nothing. So it depends on what his last card is. But I actually do not mind this position at all. So he probably pumps Rubblebelt Raider, or Rubblebelt Marca. Oh, Frostburn. Okay, so now he can pump it, he can pump it 3 times and have it live through his Hussar Patrol. So he can pump it 4 times in total, which is 5 power. Yeah, so I think that we're just trading Tower Drake for... If I trade... Yep, alright, so we're putting this here, putting this here. Okay. So this uses everything he has to kill Murmuring Phantom. He has to use 5 Alarm Fire if he wants to kill Tower Drake, or Hussar Patrol. Or, I guess, if he wants... Yeah. So he has something else to play? Ah, punish the enemy. Okay. So I'm essentially at 1 life. Yep, that'll do it. Alright, he managed to get there. Let's see if we can do a little better this next game. So I'm thinking that I probably want the other defensive creatures. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer to 5 Alarm Fire other than just racing it. Which may be another good reason to bring Knightly Valor back in, actually. Alright, so ultimately I decided to board out Paralyzing Grasp for clinging enemies, just because it gets around. Ooh, this hand's sweet. It gets around Wear and Tear, and essentially does the same thing. Yeah, this is definitely a very good hand. Yeah, here I'm pretty happy just to smash for 3, actually. Ugh. Hate how this messes with. Alright, so let's get in there, see if he blocks. He probably won't, is my guess. And I'm just gonna run... Yeah, I'm gonna run the Manipulator out there. I realize that obviously it dies to a removal spell. But if he doesn't have one, then I just get to take Vassal Soul. Ooh, actually, I can just Agoraphobia his Vassal Soul and take it for nothing. That seems sweet. We're gonna do exactly that. Oh, I have to remove one or more. My bad. So I still have to remove one. But I can at least cast Give and... only remove one counter. Yep, I should read Simic Manipulator more closely next time. But at least now it has 2 counters on it, which steals most of the things he's played so far. So yep, he just plays an Edict, and here I'm just gonna play Skymark Rock. No, I'm just gonna play Gel and Sphinx. I take that. No, Skymark Rock is definitely... Really wish I hadn't misread the Manipulator. It's gonna be a punish the enemy, probably. All the removals. No, I'd be perfectly fine with that, though, to be honest. It's interesting that he tapped in a way that he could not crack the Cluestone. Yeah, I'm not going to bother returning it. I'm fine if he wants to block my Frilled Oculus. Even if he has Smite, I don't really care, to be honest with you. Alright, so I'm going to leave the option to play Hussar Patrol. But more than likely, I'm just returning Agoraphobia this turn. That's a really good target for Skymark Rock. Yep, here I'm just taking 2. There's no reason for me to... I would much rather just get in for 1,000,000 damage next turn. Especially since now I can pump the Frilled Oculus. Oh, Toughness. Whoops-a-daisy. Nah, not really. Oh, well. He's still at 5. I'm still going to play Jolin Sphinx. And my guess is that he's likely going to die next turn. So, assuming that I can tighten up my play over the next few games, I probably can make it to the finals with this thing. Alright, Guildmage certainly gives him a small chance. Though I don't think he can actually... Let's see, he has to attack. He gains 2 life, goes to 7, and then dies. So he does have to have an answer to either Sphinx or Skymark Rock. One or two. Looks like he has something. Oh, nope, he's... okay. I'm not blocking here. I do not want my Sphinx dying to a Rebel Velmaka. See, I take a little bit of damage here, but that's not really a big deal. Being at 12 life when he's dead is... oh, alright, he's not quite dead. So we get to bounce this, play Aetherling. So he has to block the Frilled Oculus in order to live. And goes to 2. Alright, I mean, this is kind of the Rubbins, but... I guess if he has Merciless Eviction, I'll be a little sad. Alright, we'll be back for the next round.